Well, it's that time of the week again, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way. Let's go ahead and get started. Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of Solo Leveling's special episodes. Last we left off, we saw life in school for Suho, where apparently at his last school he had a reputation for being the strongest in his class. Well, strongest in the entire school, but one of the people he knows was pretty much taking all the credit. He allowed to take all the credit for all the beatdowns that Suho was involved in, including a recent beatdown with some new characters, one Lee dude, that tried to, run up on Suho, and the guy who knew Suho says, yeah, you don't want to mess with him. Even though that same person himself already had a reputation for being an absolute beast. But he told Lee, you don't want to mess with him. And then he winds up getting beat up outside by Lee, who then gets beat up by Suho in the smoothest way possible. And even after all that, Suho complains about his life being mundane. So, when school lets out for the day, a gate opens up. And he walks through it. And then he's inside of an armory with many weapons that seem incredibly familiar to him. Such as, a replica of Tusk's Staff of Avarice, or a replica of the Demon King's longsword that basically Igris uses. A lot of weapons that we've noticed before. He sees some daggers and he's all like, who would use daggers? So he picks up some gauntlets and decides to, use gauntlets in this brand new space. And thus, the cycle of solo leveling begins anew. Good to see you, Cohagen. Good to see you, Sheriff. Good to see everyone. Let's get started. Reading this chapter on Tapas. You guys can see what I'm seeing. If you don't want to go on Tapas, there are plenty of other sites. Just look up Solo Leveling Special Episode 15 or whatever, and I'm pretty sure you'll find plenty of sites to see what I'm seeing. But due to copyright reasons, I won't be showing images because I already got a strike that should be disappearing next month. So, let's get started with special episode 15. We're in the hallway where a lot of torches are lit, and Suho is walking through this entire hallway with many statues, many suits of armor that are just lined up throughout the walls, and they all hold different weapons, they all hold different armaments and everything, and he's going, hello? Is anyone there? What is this place? Some kind of castle dungeon? And as he continues to walk, he sees these, and mind you, these suits of armor clearly tower over Suho. And he's walking past them, and then one of the statues moves as its eyes lights up, and it goes to hit Suho. And as he goes to hit Suho sees this and just barely manages to use his gauntlets to block the strike from the statue that just tried to kill him. What? What the heck? And then he starts looking more pensively as apparently his gauntlet kind of repelled the statue, because all of a sudden he rears back and the statue in the suit of armor kind of reels back from him, and then Suho just unloads a whole star platinum rush on this suit of armor, literally destroying everything about this statue. He just bodies him completely. Notice, level up. These things can move? Wait a minute. I saw a bunch of them on the way here. And he looks back to notice that all the suits of armor that he's passed through the hallway are now moving straight towards him. I feel like playing an RPG in a minute, but I'm probably going to play Dying Light. I'm probably going to have a stream of that later. I know I said I wasn't going to have any game streams until Jedi Survivor, but I kind of want to have like a chill stream today playing the new Dying Light update for Dying Light 2, which is something, we'll talk about it later. Talk about it later. Games should be for a gaming stream. But all the suits of armor, well, this story is kind of like a game, but you get what I mean. All these suits of armor that he's passed are starting to come down the hallway right towards him. And not just towards him, but basically the entire hallway, so he's basically surrounded right now. I thought as much. Special episode 15. Then it cuts to the hallway, looking at the wall. And then it cuts to a lot of the suits of armors standing towards Suho. And then it shows Suho as he's, basically working every single suit. He's just blitzing all of them, and he's just bodying all of them. Notice, level up, level up, level up. And he just keeps leveling up after beating up all these suits of armor. And he's standing there in a hallway with many dismantled suits around him, but even more are walking down the hallway just bearing down on him. See, this is the reason why I like horde modes in video games. This is what I would spend so much more of my time just playing through, just endless survival horde modes. And you're just getting stronger and stronger as time goes on. I love those games. And then Suho is clenching his fist with his gauntlets. Mind you, his gauntlets are basic level. And he continues to body every single one of these soldiers, every single one of these suits of armor, one after the other. And he's just zipping around, crushing the heads of one, and then blitzing past others, kicking. He's just kicking, punching and kicking his way through this entire battalion of suits of armors. Battalion of armors. I don't need to say suit of armors anymore. I could just say armors. But an entire battalion of armors just coming after him. Notice, level up. Whew. Current level 19. Now, mind you, he was level 1 when he started. So this dude has been leveling up a lot since he started fighting. So every time I take down those armor monsters, I get to level up, and I grow that much stronger. It's almost like a real video game. What did I say? Maybe that's why it was hard at first, but it's nothing now, even when they attack all at once. But still, aren't these guys a higher level than me? How was I able to defeat them at level 1? Was it because of this power? No way. Strength, 28 plus 40. Health, 28 plus 40. Agility, 28 plus 40. Intelligence, 28 plus 40. Sense, 28 plus 40. Available ability points, unavailable. It'd be nice if I could get a little stronger. And then he walks up to a door with what appears to be like a red gem in it. And the door creaks open, and then the whole area lights up. What used to be hallways and doorways that had blue flame torches, now red flame torches just pop up. Yo, and who is it that's sitting on this throne? Who was awaiting Jin to see if he would be a worthy vessel for his master's power? When Suho opens the door, who do we have sitting upon the throne in this room but the very first shadow soldier that Jin ever got? The very one that we all love. The red-plumed former blood-red commander himself. Igris is sitting in this room. Is he testing Suho? This seems like something that Belion would do, since he was more keen with Suho learning swordsmanship and fighting versus Igris wanting him to learn academics and the like. But Igris is in this room that Suho walks into, and he's just sitting there, staring at Suho. Is that the boss? He looks strong. And I love how Igris is just sitting there on the throne, hand in his hand, just like head on his hand like this, like, this is my master's son. Like, I love this! And then Igris gets up. He grabs his Demon King longsword. He just lifts it up. And the action of him lifting it up just causes lightning to emanate from the sword itself. And then Suho clenches his fists. I gotta make the first move. And before Suho can even finish that thought, Igris is directly in front of him, like, you think too slow, boy. Huh? And then there's a spray of, wow, is that blood? It looks like there's a spray of blood as Suho's like confused, as the entire area around Igris and Suho just explodes in lightning. This man blitzed his master son in an instant and then just decided, you know what? Endless lightning storms all around. He destroys the entire room they're in. And Suho looks on in utter shock as he gets up and then finds that he's back in the hallway. And his gauntlets are gone. Oh no. No. This is a roguelite. Because, okay, here's the thing. For those who don't know, roguelite games are the type of games where you can gain so much experience and so much power during your run, but if you die, you go back to the beginning and you lose everything that you've earned. Kind of like Risk of Rain or Hades or I think Super Meat Boy falls into that category. Certain games have like roguelite elements to them that allows you to gain a whole bunch of power and be, ridiculously strong during your run, but if you die, you get reset back to 0. Is this the situation that Suho is in? Because if he has to go through all of that again, then he's in a roguelite version of what his father went through. You can only get strong to a certain point, but if you die, you lose everything and go back to square one. What just happened? Am I still alive? Is this where I started? Whew, I seriously thought I was dead just now. Do I have to go down this passage again? One of the torches is out. I'm pretty sure all 3 of them were lit in the beginning. Is it just a coincidence? No, there's no way that happened by chance. First things first, I should change my weapon now that I've leveled up. Item: Needle-knuckle type gauntlets. Level of difficulty, level 15. C+. Type gloves. Attack, plus 27. Fatality rate, plus 10. Remember, he started with like base level basic gloves. Now he's upgraded his gloves to be a lot better. He went from having like a D class, I think it was F class, can't remember. But he started out with lower tier gloves, and now he's raising the rarity. He went from white tier to now to green tier. The regular tier of how that works in video games is white, green, blue, purple, orange for legendary, and then sometimes yellow or red for beyond legendary. It depends on the game. But he's gone up a tier, and he's gone up a rarity in terms of his weapons now. I should be more careful this time around. There's no telling what will happen if all 3 torches go out. And then it cuts to the torches as 1 torch goes out. It shows 3 torches and 1 flame is already out. And then it cuts to Suho, who wakes back up again. And then he looks at the torches, and now 2 of them are gone out, with only 1 torch left. So he's died again. He tried to face off against Igris again, and he lost. And he's down to his last torch on the wall. Why? That Dark Knight is too darn strong. He's way overpowered. I'm so ticked. At this rate, I'll never be able to take him down. Huh? Hold on. Isn't that the same weapon the knight was using? And he's looking at the Demon King's longsword replica. Level of difficulty, level 60, A+. Type sword, attack, plus 170. Effect, storm of white flame. Summon a storm of endless lightning within a certain area. If he's got the real one, just how much higher is his level compared to mine? Alright, I'll just have to level up more before taking him on again. This time, I'll be extra careful, as Suho pretty much brandishes armor over his legs. He's got a shield, he's got a bow and arrow, he's got a giant greatsword, he's got a spear, he's got a giant axe. This man is going, along with his gauntlets, this man is going in completely packed with weapons like he's Gyukimaru or something. Or Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a very good example. And then we run up and see the armors again. You guys again? Doesn't this ever get old for you? These same guys seem to come back every time. I guess that means they respawn infinitely, huh? And then it cuts to Suho as he, goes to work, working through these armors. Level up! Level up! Level up! Then one armor tries to shoot Suho, and Suho blitzes him and then just utterly destroys him. And there's more level up notices, more, constantly. And then we have a notice. Player has reached the required level. And then a new quest pops up. Quest info. You have received a job change quest. Accept this quest? And he accepts it. The job change quest will now begin. Notice, you will accumulate more points the longer you stay alive. These points are needed to advance a higher rank class. I have read that wrong, my apologies. You will accumulate... I need to read that again. You will accumulate more points the longer you stay alive. These points are needed to advance to a higher rank class. And then multiple gates open up around him in this same area where he was beating up on all the armor. Good luck! And then a timer goes off. A timer goes off as these gates open up, more and more armors walk through in order to take on Suho. But your boy is going to level up even faster because he's in a job change quest area. And then it cuts to Suho's face, who looks kind of, kind of crazed a little bit. See, the face he has, it kind of reminds me of Jin's face when Antares had his body, but it's not evil crazed, it's just like crazed at the fact that he's gonna have more people to beat up on, as he says, perfect, I was just in need of a watch. And that is the end of the chapter. So now Suho is in a situation where he's leveling up just like his father, but it's almost like it's being done in a roguelite fashion. Hold on, let me make sure I am using the term roguelite versus roguelike versus roguelite correctly. Let's see. Roguelite games incorporate some element of permanent out-of-run progression, making that the easiest signifier. Hold on. Let's see. Roguelites can lack permadeath. They can also have meta progression where the player grows in strength run over run. Roguelites might also have fixed events or an established sequence that narrows the possibility space in lieu of pure randomness. Often the difference in roguelite versus roguelikes lies in whether a game adheres to or breaks from hard lines about what a rogue game is. Most often, though, roguelike games incorporate some level of permanent out-of-run progression, making the easiest signifier. See, I need a bit of a more simpler. I need a bit of a simpler explanation. Alright, so it's not a roguelite, it is a roguelike. What the manner of which Suho is taking on this whole thing, it's a roguelike, because roguelite introduces has the concept of permadeath. So it's not, this whole situation that Suho is in is not a roguelite, but a roguelike. Because roguelites usually feature permadeath and procedurally generated worlds, but while in traditional roguelike games, death means starting over, roguelites are where it serves a certain purpose. If you die, you get to keep some abilities or resources, meaning that during the next playthroughs, you can get farther and farther, eventually reaching the end goal. So in roguelites, death puts a stop to your run. In roguelites, it helps you achieve more. So, actually, it's not a roguelite, it's a roguelite. L-I-T-E, not L-I-K-E. So that's the situation that Suho is currently in right now, because every death he has, he, learns more, and he gets better and better. He's still dying though, but now he's getting to a point where he's getting better with every run. So now he's in this status, he's in the face of a job change. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Jin is testing Suho through the use of his shadows, or if his shadows are testing him to make sure that he's ready to use this power, because this could be the way that Jin is trying to see if Suho is ready to have his powers back. Because remember, Jin sealed his powers when he was a baby, when he was a toddler. So this could be a way that Jin is testing Suho to see if he's truly ready to at least know what type of power he has, give him his memories back, and also teach him how to use this power that could basically rule over the entire world. Because the power he has, it is basically a destructive, it can be used for absolute destruction and annihilation. It's incredibly powerful. It's universally powerful, let's be honest. So this could be Jin's way of testing Suho to see if he's ready to understand what that power is and give him his memories back. That could be what that could be what we're witnessing here. That's just my assumption. I can't assume to know what they're trying to do, what Turtle Me is trying to do. Wait, not Turtle Me. Sorry. Did I say Turtle Me? I meant to say... Yeah, I was wrong. Chugong and the rest of them. Turtle Me is for the beginning after the end, which is still on hiatus. So this is essentially what Suho is going through, leveling up and learning after he dies every single time. This is essentially what's going on right now. He is stuck in a roguelite situation. But for the reason why, no one knows. Now, what we know from Jin is that deep down inside, he's basically an all-powerful hunter with the assassin's class, but still has magic on his side, but he prefers to behave like an assassin with dual daggers. Now, my question is, what is going to be Suho's job? Because he's currently in the middle of a job change quest right now, but he's going to be gaining so much more points due to all the endless amounts of armors that are coming after him, and he's looking forward to it. He's looking forward to it because he apparently reached the level necessary for this job change quest to even start. So now my question is, what type of job class is Suho going to take? His father is basically a rogue assassin class, but, you know, with magical powers. So he kind of doesn't fit into that archetype, but he kind of does. But my question is, what is Suho going to go after? Would you love to be a planet buster? With that, also Deadly23, hi, welcome. Hope you enjoyed yourself while you were here. But do I want to be a planet buster? I feel like for that power, you need to seriously learn how to hold back. Because if you are a casual planet buster, you could, I mean, think about it. Think about it this way. If I wanted to be a planet buster, I would like to have the amount of control that Superman has. Because Superman can, for all intents and purposes, he could, you know, destroy planets if he wanted to. He is just that strong. But he's also learned to hone his strength to the point where he can, you know, behave like a normal human being without him, you know, going overboard. So if I wanted to be a planet buster, I would very much prefer to be a planet buster. I would very much prefer to be a planet buster that actually has control. In other orders of ideas, would you be interested in a music reaction? I kind of thought about it. The only thing that kind of kept me from it is that if it's music that's also copyrighted, it could face all sorts of things that happen to it. But then again, there are multiple people out there who can do music reactions, So, I don't know. I mean, it could be on the list. Overall, I did enjoy this chapter, but I'm just wondering what is the end goal of the Shadows and Jin, if Jin is even involved. So, that's all I got. I'm just wondering, what is the purpose of the situation? What is the purpose of the situation that Suho is in right now? That's all that's on my mind. What is the purpose of the situation that he's in right now? Is Jin testing him? Are his shadows testing him? Who knows? All I know is that every single Monday we get solo leveling is a blessed Monday. But that's all I got. Let me not keep you here any longer than I already have, because family's picking up food and I want to be able to eat my breakfast all nice and hot. And then we'll probably have a little bit of a game. Probably have a little bit of a game stream later. It's just going to be a chill stream. I'm going to be playing Dying Light 2 and just going to be messing with it. But that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. So to everyone here, unlike the Hulk can't control being a planet buster, yeah, there are crazy things happening to the Hulk in the comics right now. Titan is completely out of control, and he's basically threatening to destroy this planet of Hulks that, Hulk himself has found. So that's a very bad situation that's going on right now. And then we got Thor, and I still got to read that new chapter today. So there's a lot of planet busters out there, but I would rather, if I were to be a planet buster, I would very much prefer to be a planet buster that has control, absolute control. Because I don't want to be gaming, and then I get frustrated, and then my entire controller just evaporates in my hands. Don't want that. But, like I said, good chapter. I enjoyed it. Suho's out here leveling up like his daddy, but only time will tell if he's going to, awaken to his power. And then whatever happens after that. I don't know, because I'm just thinking, Jin has pretty much removed all threats. So how's it going to be for Suho to gain all this power, and there's no one for him to exactly face? I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see where the story goes for Suho as he gets stronger and he awakens to his new power. Whether Jin gets involved or his shadows continue to do whatever they're doing, I don't know the purpose. That's the thing that perplexes me. But we'll see. We'll see. I've been droning on way too long. I'm sorry. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then like, subscribe, share this stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.